What's up YouTube? This is Shuttleboy and I'm back with yet another video. Today's video we're going to be going over the new golf drop, and I'm basically going to be going over every piece in this, saying what's hot and what's not to me. And yeah, I don't want to make this intro too long because this might take a while, we'll have to see. But first we're going to start off basically just reiterating what we already know about this drop, because I just get a lot of questions on this. So obviously not everybody knows, but basically, the drop is going to be happening Friday, October 2nd. That's when the drop is going to be happening. So when this video goes up, it's going to be tomorrow. And it says down here, you can see for yourself, it says 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you live in a different country, or if you're younger and you don't even understand stuff like that, just Google 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time converted to, and then whatever your time zone is. So do that. For me, I live in the Central Standard Time Zone, so for me, it's going to be 11 a.m. So it's pretty nice for me that I don't have to wake up as early for stuff like this. But yes, that's going to be for golfwang.com. So this website is where that is at that time. But if you're going to the store, if you want to go to the Flagship store, which, I mean, this is only affecting a few people out there, so if not, ignore this part. But if you plan on going to the store, that drop's actually happening on Saturday, so the day after, but you still have to do something on Friday on the website before that, and that is you have to go on Friday to golfwang.com/flag, which you can just click this tab up here if you want to do that. And you have to do that tomorrow. And you have to reserve a spot, which this is all we know. Literally, this statement right down there, that's all we know as far as how that's going to work out. You're going to have to go to this flag spot, and we don't really know what else you have to fill out or anything, if there's any money involved at all or something. I highly doubt there's money involved, but I feel like they would try to hold you accountable in some way. So they're going to ask for information regardless. But yeah, that's all we know about that. Hopefully that clears some things up for that. But if you have any other questions, that's really all the information I know. So also, I guess the other thing is, if you're worried about something selling out, just show up right at that time online. And I mean, then there's no questions asked. I mean, if you put in the most effort possible to cop that piece you want, then I mean, can you really be upset then that you missed out if you tried as hard as you can? So just show up at the release time. If you really want something, just show up at the release time, because I mean, it's always a mixed bag on if stuff is going to sell out a ton. But without further ado, let's talk about what's hot and what's not here. I'm not going to go over every single piece individually. I'm going to talk about more, like group them more, and then say what's my favorite, what I'm not liking, stuff like that. And we're going to start from the top, go to the bottom as usual. First thing is a jacket here with a new cursive G logo, which I don't remember when we saw this drop if I talked about that at all, but it's nice to see a new font or a new G logo being used for Golf Wang. When they had the cursive golf logo, it wasn't just the G, but the cursive golf logo, 6 panels, similar to this construction down here. That was really cool. Obviously, when we got the G hats, that was really cool. So seeing a new kind of font being used that looks like it could be used on stuff in the future is always great to see. So I do like that. That being said, this jacket looks to be a really nice quality one, very similar to the Letterman jacket we got in the past, like the tricolor one. So I would expect it to be around $200 just for the lookout on that. And I don't know if we know anything about what it looks like on the back of it. That could be a huge game changer there, a huge make it or break it. So personally, I'm not like super looking forward to this jacket. I'm probably not going to buy it. But it could end up being something really cool, so stay on the look for that. I do like the colorway and everything, but I mean, there's definitely going to be a logo on the back of it. And is it going to be that G? I don't know. I feel like that'd be a little odd. But moving on, we saw some pictures of these jackets for their announcement saying that the drop is going to be happening tomorrow. And we saw that it's going to be like a flower on the back, and then it says in cursive Golf Wang. So I found that interesting. I think it's a cool design, honestly. I do like it. And you have to go with the green here. But I mean, I have one of these kind of jackets. It's not a zip up one, it's the button up one that was for the punk face. And I really do like that jacket. So if you're interested in this, I think you're going to be pleased with this to some degree at least. I'm assuming this would be around 150 for price range. And I would go for the green one. I do really like this. If you like it, I would recommend getting it. And yeah. So next is going to be these vests, which look like they're like Carhartt ones, which is pretty cool. I like that idea. It's not for me though. I have nothing wrong with vests or anything, but I just know the price that they're going to charge for these and the fact that they look so simplistic is just not worth my money. So it's just an easy thing to keep it moving. Then we got some crew necks. We're going to talk about all of them here. We got the 3 color ones and then this bold font one. This was the cover picture basically for the lookbook, I believe. I like this logo. I kind of like this design too. The more I look at it, the more I've kind of enjoyed the look of it. I'm not a huge fan of these colorways though. I don't know. They're not the best. Obviously, this is probably going to be the one everyone wants. I kind of think this one's pretty cool. I'm not feeling this brown one at all. And then as far as these, I don't know. They're not bad. I think if I saw them on a person with a like outfit, I think I would think they're a lot cooler than I do right now. But they're just not exciting me at all. But I do recommend them to some degree because I do think they will look cool with outfits. It's just just seeing it like this in a product image does not hype me up at all. So moving on from those, then we have these are cool. I like these t-shirts here. And these are cut and sew, which is cool. Anything cut and sew is always kind of fun to see. I'm not like a huge fan of the colorway. Only because I think with this one they should have made it yellow inside the font and then the trim stay blue. I think that would have been super fire. It just feels like it's just missing a little bit more color. And this one's cool. I think this one's done pretty much well. These I'm interesting. I think they're gonna be like 50 or 60, is what I'm assuming the price range will be. But I'm not really sure on that. But I do like these. I do think these are cool pieces. Now moving on to the pants. I've said this thought all the time when it comes to Golf Wang pants is that it's just not for me. It's just too much of a mixed bag as far as do we know, are we going to be getting these and are they going to fit really loose? Are they going to be tight fitting pants? Is you going to be able to see your socks at the end? Just too many variables involved. We all know how golf's like shipping and return policy and exchanges and just transparency throughout the whole process is like that. I don't want to go through the hassle regardless if I really like the pant. So that's an easy move. Then the shorts, you know what I say about jean shorts. We keep it moving on jean shorts. Stay away from the jean shorts. But I do like these. I just, once again, I still do not feel these colorways. They're just lame. I think they really missed out because they could have been really cool. But I will say they will match a lot of things. But you can find cheaper alternatives for something like that is the issue there. Then moving on here, we got some hoodies, which I don't believe we saw hoodies of this design. We only knew about the t-shirts. And I'm going to talk about both designs here. I like this design a lot, honestly. I'm not totally sold on the colorways they did. I think the t-shirt colorways are nice. The hoodie ones are good, but they're just not... I just feel like there's a better color out there for this design. I like the sand one a lot, and I think the red one's pretty cool. I mean, none of them are bad, but it's just like I think there's some cool color they could have did that's just out there, and they just didn't do it. I would probably pick the sand one, or maybe the red. I don't know. I don't have a red hoodie, and that would be kind of cool. But I don't have a sand one either, and I would really like a sand colorway of a hoodie too. So definitely on the lookout for those if they sit. Then We got a long sleeve I don't believe we saw, and it looks cool, but I don't know, not enough we can see here to really like make a good judgment on it. But they look pretty boring, to be honest, too. I think they're going to be pretty forgettable, I'm assuming. But we already talked about these. Colorway wise, though, I think these are done just better. Then next shirt, we saw this one in the past, and I just wasn't, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it too much. It's not a bad design, but it's just not cool really either to me. It just feels, I don't know, for the price you're paying, I just don't see this as exciting. Moving on, I believe this is the logo that we see on here, but with the full word. And this is another situation where I feel like I think this design is cool. I really do. And I think having a shirt of this would be cool. But I just think they didn't kill it on the colorways again. I think the colorways just don't really go well with the design they have here. So another shame. Now this one, I can't tell the design exactly. And I looked up on the preview images if I could find a picture of it. And I could not. Maybe I'm missing something, but I can't talk about those. Next is like that world logo, which you can see down here with the sticker. And it's cool. It's cool. It's just another situation where you're paying 35 plus shipping and tax, where it's like, you better be, this is a piece that I would, if you're buying something else, go ahead and buy it because you're already getting something, but I would not just buy that shirt alone. Then I'm actually a huge fan of trucker hats. I don't wear them a ton, but I think the colorways can look really cool. And these also look amazing, I think. I really like that logo a ton. These, I feel like, I mean, they go really well with the shirts they have. So if you're buying the shirts, I think that would be really sweet. But I'm not like totally sold on the hat colors for this. So just keeping it moving, I guess, on these. I mean, I don't need any more golf wing hats, I feel like, either, but I do really like, they've been doing some really cool designs with trucker hats lately. Then moving on, a lot of people ask me about the 6-panel G hats all the time. I feel like I get questions on these and my thoughts on it, etc. And personally, I just think they could have did better colors, but I will say this lavender color has really warmed up to me. I do think it looks really cool, and that's what I would recommend with that. Also, the boonies. I don't remember how I felt about them in the past, but I'm starting to like those a lot more too. I always liked the boonies, but the fact that they did that crazy logo that we saw over here and sort of right there too, I think that looks really nice on it. And honestly, I do like those. I'm curious to see, probably a $40 price point right there. But if those sit, I would definitely be considering copping that. I think probably this one because it's just more wearable. Then we got the beanies, which are cool, but I feel like they could have did better colors, but there's nothing wrong with them. These socks are pretty sweet, not gonna lie. I think that design on a sock is cool. Um, I'm a fan of golf wing bags, but I just feel like the colorways here aren't that exciting. I think it's sweet they're doing a carabiner. That's super awesome. I always thought they should do one of those, and I like that. I'm curious how much that's going to be as well. I would be on the lookout for that. A lanyard is also great to see. And then we got some keychains here. That one is super cool looking. Sharpies think are super disappointing because they really did no colors and they're just lame. And then we got stickers, which are stickers. You can make your decision on that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for the drop, guys. All in all, I mean, here's a closer look up of that shirt if you are interested. It's kind of funny, but I mean, it's nothing I need. This design is just the design I think is one of the coolest designs from this. And I think hoodie is the way to go, really, honestly. But the t-shirt colorways I think are probably better, honestly. I just really like this shade of blue. This cotton candy vibe is something I always love. And this is the hat I think that is probably the best of the 6 panels since everybody asked me about them. I think this colorway looks really nice. And I also gotta say that I do really like the trucker. I think that design, this is a great logo. I really like what they did with this logo, and I hope it's used a little bit more in the future. But all in all, guys, I gotta say, not a crazy drop. I mean, if you miss out on this drop and get absolutely nothing, it's definitely not the end of the world by far. But It's good for what it is. I mean, obviously during this time, you can't really expect too much from golf in general. But I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I don't have too much thoughts on this. I mean, it's just a golf Wang drop that of stuff we already kind of knew about. Nothing all that exciting to be like, "Ooh, this is really coming out. I can't wait. I need to save my money up. I need to like get online immediately and cop this." But for the people that are, I mean, a lot of the stuff was already seen in the lookbook, and if you were excited for one of these pieces in the lookbook, then this is your time to cop it now. And that's really what it comes down to. I'm personally probably going to be passing. I'm going to be checking price points on some of these things. Stuff like these shirts are pretty cool, but how much are they really going to be is another thing. And then just seeing what golf rank shipping is these days, what they're pricing stuff. Also, I really would like to get that or maybe the lanyard. I'd like to see closer pictures of that. I'm sure that's on the website, but I just haven't looked at it yet. But there's a few little things out there that I'm curious on, but we'll see. I'm probably going to be passing, but I would like to cop some new golf. I mean, I really haven't done it in a while, and I'd like to, but it there just really hasn't been anything that's like forcing me to get it, you know? But that's pretty much going to conclude the video, guys. Let me know down below what you're feeling about all of these pieces. And yeah, please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, guys. And please subscribe if you haven't already for more golf wing, more sneakers, more clothing, more Shuttleboy. And this is Shuttleboy, guys. And I'm out, guys. Peace.